having such a big role in this new chapter of cryptocurrency. The owner of JP Morgan is going on live television almost daily now talking down on Bitcoin. We've talked a lot on this topic.
So the anti-crypto army deserters, there's been two big ones this week. Your favorite, Jamie Dimon.
Oh my God, he's so heinous. Like, what is his deal? He's just been on the news every single day talking down about Bitcoin, which actually I can talk on this topic now because I learned today what a authorized participant is in the ETF, and JP Morgan is an authorized participant in BlackRock's ETF. And basically what this means is a couple things. They can create and destroy ETFs, they can provide liquidity, and they can also arbitrage the pricing of the ETF. So it's quite interesting that having such a big role in this new chapter of cryptocurrency, JP Morgan, meaning I'm trying to say, and the owner of JP Morgan is going on live television almost daily now talking down on Bitcoin. Obviously, every time he goes on live television, every company wants to know, every news outlet wants to know his thoughts on it, but you know, there's something here because if you look at other headlines, you can see the BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink, in 2017 talking about how horrible Bitcoin is, how horrible it is for sex trafficking and drugs and all these things. And it's like,
I thought it was pretty good for sex trafficking and drugs.
I mean, I guess it is, but the point being is,
it's a matter of conversational perspective, I guess.
Yeah, it depends what side of the table you're
Please
on, right?
continue.
But the point I'm just trying to make is like, these guys are not your average Joe.
Right.
He's not going on live television and saying he hates it because he genuinely has no passion for Bitcoin. He's going on it because they have a targeted agenda that they've made behind closed doors that they're executing on right now. And I guarantee in a couple of years, as Bitcoin continues to establish itself, which it already has, but you know, he will come back and say he's not going to say he was wrong. He would never admit that, but he will say that he believes in Bitcoin. He'll say the exact opposite of what he's saying now is my point. So I'll stop ranting on that.
So this week, and we can roll the video clip is very short. It's just him saying he heard you. He's never going to talk about Bitcoin again.
Good job.
Good. He also said Satoshi or something.
He can't.
He can't even pronounce a name. What's wrong with the guy?
They all of them pretend. All these boomers pretend like they can't pronounce any of the Bitcoin terms properly. I think it was Sartoshi was the guy from the other guy in Congress said it that way.
Let's hear this.
Sort of laborious at this point.
That's a good word.
Which is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
This ETF was approved just about a week ago now, and I think a lot of people are trying to understand what it ultimately means. JP Morgan, I imagine if you were a client of JP Morgan, you could call your broker and say, get me some of this ETF. Mm-hmm. What are you telling your brokers to tell them back when they make that call?
Yeah. So this is an important thing. This is the last time I've ever talked about this in CNBC. Okay, so help me God. Blockchain is real. It's a technology. We use it. It's going to move money. It's going to move data. It's efficient. We've been talking about that for 12 years, too, and it's very small. Okay, so I think we've wasted too many words in that. Cryptocurrencies, there are two types. There's a cryptocurrency which might actually do something. Think of a cryptocurrency as an embedded smart contract in it, and that we can use it to buy and sell real estate and move data. That may have value.
The idea of tokenizing things.
Tokenizing things that you do something with. And then there's one which does nothing. I call it the pet rock, the Bitcoin or something like that. And so on the Bitcoin, you know, there's, first of all, and I'm not trying to make a joke here. There are use cases, AML, fraud, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, sex trafficking. Those are real use cases, and you see it being used for hundreds, maybe $50 or $100 billion a year for that. That is the end use case. Everything else is people train among themselves. So, yeah. Now, okay. Now my last statement. The last
one I
ever
know what that
Bitcoin
equates to in the percentage of all listed activity. Less than 1%, 0.67 to be exact.
I gotta find this. I tweeted it out. I didn't include it in the show notes because I wasn't sure we were going to talk about it. But the
Chainalysis this morning.
No. Well, maybe that. But there was a report that came out from the World Economic Forum this week that said in the regulated world of traditional finance, over $1 trillion, it was like $1.7 trillion worth of sex trafficking, criminal use, fraud, all the things that he said Bitcoin was good for, a good use case for, happen in traditional finance. 1.7 trillion. Even by his numbers, 50 to 100 billion is a rounding error. Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.